For years, I wore a smile that did not belong to me. I learned how to hide pain behind polite words, how to look composed while breaking inside. I thought if I could just appear perfect, if I never stumbled, never cried, never showed weakness, maybe I would finally be enough. But perfection is a mask that suffocates the soul. The day I set it down was not the day I became flawless. It was the day I became free. There is an old story about a potter who made the most beautiful vases in his village. People traveled from faraway lands to buy his creations. But one night, as he finished shaping a large clay pot, it slipped from his hands and cracked down the side. He almost threw it away. But something stopped him. The next morning, instead of hiding the crack, he filled it with melted gold. When the light touched it, the pot shimmered, more beautiful than before. When asked why he kept it, the potter said, "Because it reminds me that broken things can still shine." That story stayed with me, because I realized for so long I was that cracked pot trying to hide the line that made me human. I once knew a teacher who carried a small notebook everywhere she went. Inside were mistakes she had made, words spoken in anger, dreams abandoned, moments she wished she could redo. When I asked her why she kept such painful reminders, she smiled and said, "Because each page reminds me I am still learning." She taught me that being real is not about pretending we have healed. It is about allowing others to see that healing is a process. That humility, that honesty, is what connects us. For much of my life, I thought people would only love me if I was perfect. I tried to say the right things, to always be strong, to never ask for help. But life, in its wisdom, kept undoing my careful image. One heartbreak, one mistake, one loss at a time, until all that was left was me, unpolished and raw. That was when love finally found me, not for who I was pretending to be, but for who I truly was. There is a folk tale about a traveler who carried a lamp through a forest. The lamp was dim and cracked, but it was enough to light his path. When he met others, they mocked its broken glass, saying, "How can such a flawed light guide you?" The traveler replied, "Because it lets the stars in." I think that is what being real does. It lets the light in. Perfection builds walls. Honesty opens doors. When I stopped performing perfection, I started living truth. I cried when I needed to. I asked for forgiveness when I was wrong. I stopped chasing approval and started choosing peace. The strange thing was, the more I allowed myself to be human, the more I began to heal. Because healing is not about fixing yourself. It is about meeting yourself with kindness. We spend so much time trying to prove our worth that we forget we were born worthy. The cracks, the scars, the tears, they are not flaws to hide. They are evidence of the battles we have survived. Realness is what makes us relatable, trustworthy, alive. Perfection impresses from a distance, but authenticity touches hearts up close. So, if you are tired of pretending you are okay, let the facade fall. You do not need to be perfect to be loved, and you do not need to be strong to be worthy. The world does not need another flawless face. It needs your truth. It needs your voice, your laughter, your story. Because being real is not weakness. It is the beginning of healing, for you and for those who see themselves in your courage. Perfection may protect your image, but authenticity heals your soul. When you stop chasing the illusion of who you think you should be, you finally meet the person you have always been. If this story touched your spirit, remember to like, share, and subscribe to Legacy Alive, where every story reminds us that realness, not perfection, is where true beauty begins. Tell me in the comments, when was the moment you realized being real mattered more than being perfect?